a land divided, a people uprising, and treaties that never truly healed. To understand the headlines of today, we have to journey back, not just to 1948, but to a pivotal moment in 1967. The Six-Day War reshaped the map and the lives of millions. In less than a week, Israel gained control of the West Bank from Jordan, the Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, and the Golan Heights from Syria. East Jerusalem also came under Israeli control. For the world, it was a stunning military event. For the Palestinians living in these territories, it was the beginning of a new reality: life under military occupation. Imagine your daily life dictated by checkpoints, your movement restricted. Imagine seeing new settlements spring up on land your community has known for generations, leading to displacement and a feeling of being squeezed out. This was the environment that simmered for 2 decades. By 1987, the pressure reached a boiling point. The first intifada, or uprising, erupted. It was a widespread campaign of civil disobedience, strikes, boycotts, and protests, often met with a strong military response. This wasn't a conventional war. It was a conflict fought in the streets, with stones against soldiers, a raw expression of a people demanding self-determination. The images from this period shocked the world and put immense pressure on both sides to find a different way forward. That push for a new path led to a glimmer of hope in the 1990s. Secret talks in Norway culminated in the historic Oslo Accords. For the first time, Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat shook hands on the White House lawn. The world watched, believing peace was finally within reach. The Accords created the Palestinian Authority, giving Palestinians a degree of self-governance in parts of the West Bank and Gaza. It was designed as a 5-year interim plan to resolve the final status sound issues, things like the borders of a future Palestinian state, the status of Jerusalem, the fate of Israeli settlements, and the right of return for Palestinian refugees. It was a roadmap, a framework for building a lasting peace, piece by piece. But the optimism of the Oslo Accords began to fade. The 5-year deadline came and went, without a final agreement. Trust eroded on both sides. Hardliners gained influence, arguing the process was a betrayal. Violence continued, including devastating attacks that targeted civilians. The expansion of Israeli settlements in the occupied territories didn't stop. In fact, it accelerated, which Palestinians saw as proof that a viable, independent state was becoming impossible. The assassination of Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin in 1995 by an Israeli extremist was a catastrophic blow to the peace process, removing one of its key architects. By the year 2000, a visit by Israeli politician Ariel Sharon to the Temple Mount, or Haram al-Sharif, a site holy to both Jews and Muslims, ignited the Second Intifada. This uprising was far more violent and militarized than the first, leading to thousands of casualties on both sides and a deepening cycle of retaliation and mistrust. The peace process became a roadmap without a destination. Agreements were signed, but key promises were left unfulfilled. Each side blamed the other for the failures. The Camp David summit in 2000, another major push for a final deal, collapsed in mutual recrimination. The vision of 2 states living side by side in peace and security felt more distant than ever. The treaties and handshakes that once symbolized hope started to look like paper ghosts, haunting a landscape scarred by continued conflict. This history of occupation, uprisings, and failed negotiations is not just a series of dates and events. It's the lived experience that shapes the beliefs, fears, and actions of Israelis and Palestinians today. Understanding this complicated past is essential to grasping the challenges of the present. When treaties become paper ghosts, history doesn't just sit on a shelf. It demands that we pay attention and learn from it. If you want to continue exploring the complex stories that shape our world, subscribe now and join the conversation. Thank you for watching.